Hello, welcome back, and if you're new here, I am Victoria. In honor of all of the recent college acceptances, I thought it would be helpful to do a video of my advice that I have as I finish my first year of college. I feel like I've learned a lot, and I hope that I can share some of my wisdom with you guys. This video will be specifically about UCLA, but I feel like a lot of the advice that I'm going to share can be applied to any incoming freshman at any university. I've had quite a few people reach out in my DMs asking about my experience, so I will address those questions and things in general that I wish I knew before coming to UCLA. Coming from Los Angeles, the transition from high school to college life has actually been pretty easy because I'm not that far from home. It's still new and exciting, and like I said, I have learned a lot, but it's definitely more of a change for people who come from out of state or even international students. I have a lot of international friends here, and listening to their experience is definitely very inspiring. I'm going to start by talking about classes. So we are on the quarter system, meaning one class we take lasts 10 weeks and then we have a final. I'm taking 4 this quarter. Lectures are huge. For one course, they meet 2 to 3 times a week. Lectures will probably be like 100, 200, possibly more students. And then you have discussion sections, which normally meet once a week, and those are much smaller, like 20 or 30 students, taught by TAs, teaching assistants, which are basically just graduate students who grade your work in the course and review the content and material from lectures. Because there are so many students here, I believe the freshman class this year is like 6,000. I highly recommend that you use professor office hours. Even if you understand everything in the course that's going on, I would still just like get to know them. They can put a face to the name, and you never know, you could like learn something totally new. Many students don't know that this is actually a possibility, but I would totally meet with your academic counselor. I think I met with mine like before school even started, just to make like a plan of how you're going to approach the next 4 years, or 3 even if you're trying to graduate early. I have a schedule of like all the classes that I need to take and when I plan on taking them. You can meet with them on Zoom. It's super easy. You just like make an appointment through your My UCLA portal, and they can put you on the right path to accomplishing your goals. There are so many opportunities here and so many people to meet, so many things to do. It can be definitely overwhelming sometimes, so it's just nice to have a plan in front of you, just something to keep you on track. Something I only discovered just recently is that you can reserve study rooms here. I recommend to get out of your dorm as much as possible. I'm here very little, I really only come to sleep, but different buildings around campus have private rooms that you can reserve to study, or sometimes like a group of friends will just go and watch a movie and just hang out. Most study rooms also have like a TV or a whiteboard, so you can do work on that, and it's just nice to get in a different environment. Along with that, also Westwood has really good places like cafes and restaurants to go and study at. The area around campus is very much college town, and there's a lot of young people. I would say top 3 study spots are Espresso Profeta, Ministry of Coffee, that place is always packed, and Bluestone Lane. I do try and be careful going off campus to study, because I know that whenever I leave I'm going to spend money, whether it's coffee, matcha, pastry, lunch. But it's really nice that I have my Fizz card to help me stay on top of my finances. Even though it's a debit card, it does build your credit score. I always pay back everything. It's really helpful, and the Fizz app does teach me a lot about savings. As an 18-year-old, I think it's about time that I start to learn about managing my finances. But when I am on campus, I'm eating at the dining halls. My meal plan is 11 premium, which means I get 11 meals a week. But if I don't use all 11, they roll over to the next week. I know 11 doesn't sound like a lot, but just keep in mind, like, I'm home a lot. I also go out to eat with my friends. I'll do different things. I think in general, students tend to overestimate how much they're gonna be eating on campus. So I would say maybe scale down. I think the options are 11, 14, 19, and 21 meals a week. Also, if you're in a dining hall at UCLA and you see a napkin on the table, leave it there. It means that spot is reserved. That's something that I learned when I first came here. I was like, what are all these napkins on the tables? It just means someone found that spot, they're claiming it, they're getting their food, and they're gonna come back. Don't overpack. I brought the bare minimum of things that I needed: bed sheets, clothes, computer desk things. That's really it. You need less than you think, is what I'm trying to say. If you are not from California and think that it is constantly sunny here, unfortunately you are mistaken. It does rain sometimes, so that's just something to keep in mind. Maybe you might want to bring an umbrella or like one puffy jacket. Personally, I survived my first year without an umbrella. I kind of just believe in my mind that if I'm not prepared for the rain, it won't rain. We also have a beautiful park called Sunset Rec. Didn't know about it for a while, and some students still don't know about it. But when it is sunny and beautiful, that's where I go and tan or like play beach volleyball. I also study there sometimes, although it's hard to get any work done there. Last but not least, social life at UCLA. So about frat parties, they're definitely fun. There's something you should definitely go to have that experience, but don't think that there's some like crazy, you know, super exciting, fun thing. If you're a guy, you're probably not going to get in unless you're already in a fraternity. So if that's something you really care about, then you might want to join. But if you're a girl, you don't really have to worry about that. They'll let you in even if you're not in a sorority. And if you don't plan on joining a sorority, I would still go through the rush process. That's just recruitment for joining a sorority. It's a really intense week of talking to a lot of people, but I made a lot of my friends through rush. So it's a great way to just like throw yourself into the social life. If you're not into Greek life, you have Rocco's. Rocco's is the bar in Westwood that all UCLA students go to. I've only been once, haven't been back. But I know some people who go like every Thursday. Oh yeah, Thursdays here are the biggest party days, I think, because most students don't have class on Friday because you build your own schedule. So Thursday is like when the weekend starts. But again, don't stress about the social scene here or the nightlife. There's always something to do. You know, it's important to balance your social and academic life. And if you plan on having a job in college, you also just want to keep that in mind. Like, there's gonna be a lot to do. So frat parties should be the least of your worries. And to end off this video, I will leave you with one last piece of advice. Say yes to everything. If you're on the fence about something, do it. If you're shy about something, do it. If it's out of your comfort zone, say yes. I'd rather regret saying yes to something than regret not knowing what it could have been. Put yourself out there. Don't worry about what other people think. Failure is inevitable. It's a part of the journey. It is what will help you reach success. So, for all of the incoming UCLA freshmen, congratulations. Either way, whatever journey path you're on, you should be proud of where you are in your life. If you still have questions or want clarifications, feel free to reach out in my DMs. I always answer. And I will see you in my next video. We'll be back to normal vlogs.